Hello everyone, this is Victoria and for Mindful Bamboo, and I'm here with your reading for the full moon in Scorpio that is happening on the 12th of May. And welcome to this new channel, Mindful Tarot. This is now going to be the channel where I'll be posting all my tarot readings for the entire collective and also specifically for Twin Flames. I decided to bring these two groups together. It made a lot of sense logistically, and I want to rebrand and refocus my content creation process. So Mindful Bamboo is still gonna leave. All the readings that I've already published are gonna stay there, at least for now. We'll see what happens in the future. So whichever reference that you want to find for the one of the previous readings, you can go to the channel and find it. But going forward, I'm going to be posting more of content around mindfulness and wellness, different aspects of healthy and happy lifestyle. There will be clips from my podcast, etc., etc. And then this channel, Mindful Tarot, is going to be dedicated entirely to tarot. So that will mean that the monthly horoscopes are going to be published on this channel, and that means that today we're doing zodiac messages on this channel. Alright, so I'm going to jump straight into full moon in Scorpio. I want to do the themes. This format seems to have worked really well, and then we'll go with the different signs one by one. We'll start with Taurus because we are in Taurus season right now. Happy birthday, Taurus. And then, yeah, we'll just see what this full moon energy means for each of the signs. Just a quick word of reminder, I guess, on this full moon. Full moons are about revelation of some sort, you know, certain things that were forbidden, hidden, pushed away somehow, right? Consciously or subconsciously, doesn't matter. But the full moon, because of its illumination, because of the light that it projects, there is a way now to see what was hidden. Plus, the moon is connected to feelings and emotions, so it may also evoke a lot of feelings, you know, around a certain subject that you're getting the messages for. Scorpio takes it even to a deeper level, right? So whatever we're seeing, uncomfortable emotions, difficult experiences that were pushed down and suppressed, right? Like Scorpio energy is going to be taking that, like scooping that to the surface, right? And that may feel really intense, which is why we're doing this reading, where you can see also what is the guidance, what is the advice on how to use this time. But it may feel like it's a roller coaster of a ride, right? Especially emotionally, right? You may feel like crying for no obvious reason, or you may feel like you suddenly lost sense of hope, and it's like, oh my god, I don't think I'm ever gonna get this, or we're never gonna be together with this person XYZ or whatever else, right? So different ways of what it can manifest itself, like how it can manifest itself. But today we're gonna see what it actually is. One last thing is Scorpio is a water sign, so you can also use water rituals to create certain intentions for cleansing and release. That's the other thing, like certain uncomfortable feelings, emotions, events are brought to the surface so that you can see them, you can heal them, and you can release them and not hold on to those, right? Those are not going to be burdening you anymore. So with the water, it's actually quite natural to, because water is something used for cleansing, it's actually quite easy to imagine how you're cleansing away certain unnecessary burden, baggage, information, pain, whatever it is, right? So I invite you to do that. Of course, you can use like natural body of water, you can use shower or bath, you can even use a sink, you can even use a bucket of water, you know, be creative with it. Okay, with all that said, I have the Keepers of the Light deck with me, and we'll choose 3 themes that are important for this full moon in Scorpio. This is for the entire collective, and then I'll go one by one through every zodiac sign. And of course, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to it and also like this video. There will be timestamps for this as well, so you can check that out below and you can quickly navigate between the different signs. I do recommend getting, because these readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising, I do recommend getting 3 readings for each of those placements, and that will give you a more well-rounded message. If you are very short on time and you only have time for one, then of course watch the message for your moon sign. The first theme is from the Shekinah, and it's called the Sacred Self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Scorpio energy is connected to gifts, to psychic gifts, mediumship. Maybe those are yours, or at least intuitively you're receiving information about your gifts and what you're capable of doing with that power. Very important to respect the sacred self and the messages that you're receiving from your heart space, from your soul. The second theme is from Odin, Psychic Insight. Look at all the psychic energy, wow. Your third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. That's exactly what the full moon is doing, showing you the truth. That's that Ace of Swords moment, if you wish, right? But it's important to trust your intuition with it, because this is the depth of the truth that may not necessarily make a lot of sense rationally, but your intuition will confirm to you whether you can trust it, whether it's true. And finally, one more theme, this time from Jawal Kul, and it's called Dharma Unfolding. Oh my god, all of this are so deep. Remember that you're on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. So there is divine guidance surrounding you, and you don't need to figure out all of the steps of the path on your own, right? It's more about be curious, be observant of what's going on around you, what kind of signs the universe is sending you, and act accordingly. Okay, with all that said, we are going to get to Taurus, and from Taurus we're going to move on to the rest of the signs. So what does Taurus need to know for this full moon in Scorpio? So for Taurus, Scorpio is the opposite energy. Taurus and Scorpio, though, are considered generally a pretty good match, so we'll see. Three of Wands, King of Wands, Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's a desire to move things forward. That's what I got immediately here. There's passion, there's drive of like, I'm ready for the results. I'm ready to bring my best game to this. Let's just go. And there is some anxiety and frustration because things aren't happening as quickly as you want, to the point where you're starting to think that maybe it's just not meant for me, you know, maybe I'm just not good at this. So this is the story that you need to change, Taurus. This is a guidance for you. See why you're losing faith in yourself or in this journey or in the divine. Right? It could take different interpretations here and will be different for each of you. But the important part is you need to stop overthinking and stop this frustration and self-sabotaging thoughts that it's never going to happen for me, and you know, I'm just not cut out for this kind of stuff, or it should have happened by now. Excuse me. There is a King of Wands here, which is about wisdom. It's about, you know, having been around the block, you know, having seen a lot of things. And whether you believe it or not, but you are in that position, Taurus, at the moment, right? So take it easy, let the path unfold before you, and definitely trust your intuition when it comes to next steps and what to believe. Okay, now we're gonna go to Gemini. Got some allergies going. Gemini, you've got the moon. A little on the nose, but we'll take it. This is the Dream Keeper's Tarot, by the way. Judgment. Wow. That's the Scorpio energy. And the Chariot. Okay. So you've got 3 major arcanas. All of them connected to water. Alright? So don't be scared if emotions just are gonna feel like it's like an overwhelming wave of the ocean that just covers you, and you can't escape it, you can't avoid it. It's just like you're a part of it, it's part of you now. All right, you've got so much water here, but also it's a divine intervention. The universe is trying to show you where your true treasure is, where your gifts are, and which direction you're supposed to go into with all of that information. So be careful to, and again for Gemini, it's a little bit of an unknown land to kind of navigate with a blindfold on, just by using your senses, just by using your intuition, and not necessarily calculating, analyzing, and building strategies. This is going to be a very different type of guidance, but it is very important, hence the 3 major arcanas, and it's actually quite exciting. I'm excited for you, Gemini. Okay, next we're gonna go to Cancer. What does Cancer need to know for this full moon in Scorpio? 2 of Cups, like that already. Clarified by 9 of Cups and 3 of Swords. Yeah, so there's definitely a soulmate either in your life, appearing more vividly in your life, or there's somebody who will appear quite vividly in your life during this time. The truth is that on the one hand, you want this very much, and you've manifested this into your reality. On the other hand, you are being protective of your energy because of something that happened in the past. And for some of you, it would be that your heart was broken by the other person and they didn't handle it well. For others, it's you having, you're the one that made mistakes, and then both of you ended up being brokenhearted, and you're just afraid that you're gonna do the stupid thing again. That's what I'm hearing, right? But the important part is that you've met for a reason. There is some kind of soul contract between the 2 of you. So you might as well, see how it unfolds, right? And be ready to collaborate, to build a relationship, whatever it is. It could be romantic, it doesn't have to be, right? So keep an open mind, Cancer. You've been through a lot, but also you deserve your happiness, and you deserve to be with someone who's so connected to you and so complementary in their energy, whether it's a friend, a romantic partner, a business partner, or anybody else. Okay, now we'll go to Leo. What does Leo need to know during this full moon in Scorpio? We have Candid Woman, clarified by 9 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so there are some steps that you're asked to take, Leo, to move forward with your dream, with the past, with the gifts that you have. But it is like the new strategy is required, and new strategy is required. It can be old same. It's just not gonna work. So it needs to be practical, whether you're working alone or with someone else, or it's a little bit of both. But definitely something needs to be different. Maybe, I don't know, be creative here. Depends on what is the activity. Maybe you need different suppliers for whatever you're producing. Maybe the rapport with people needs to change. Maybe the whole dream is actually something else, and you're wasting your time with something insignificant, something that's not really going to make a big difference in your life. So yeah, definitely go back to the drawing board with this new plan, new strategy, make it practical. That's what the stakeholders are gonna like, but don't go too far with it. And understand that it's not just to make it completely different, but intuitively guide yourself and others through like what does make sense. And if you don't know all the steps, it's also fine. You just need the next one. Next, we move to Virgo. All right, got something for Virgo. The Devil, okay? Clarified by Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Oof. So Virgo, you are very much known for being, of course, a hardworking sign, as the earth signs are. And also someone who likes process, who likes things to be a certain way, you know, and stick to the routine. And the devil energy might take you too far with it, even in relationships. Though in relationships, we know more than anything, it's important to kind of stay fresh and on top of things and follow the guidance intuitively and be more spontaneous rather than just follow a certain script, right? So what ends up doing if you get that temptation to go with the script is that you still can build a happy relationship, but there's definitely a feeling that the other person has where they think that you're not 100% into it, where you're not invested, something's wrong. Like that's the impression that they get. And the more of the message that they get in this way, the more, of course, you can sense it. So things start falling apart before you know it. But there is a chance for you to not to fix it, but this is like caution, you know, cautionary tale, and it's in your hands how you want to turn it around. Next we'll go to Libra. Libra has got High Priestess, clarified by Nine of Cups and Two of Cups. Yeah, so we're going back to emotions now. So Libra, you are being asked to step into the zone where you are completely driven by intuition, not by conversations or thoughts or anything that's going on around you. And you may want to go with the kind of like a little bit with the flow, a little bit like show your good nature, right? And connect to that soulmate, to that special someone as quickly as possible. But it's almost like you're gonna be taking a detour if you do that. It's very important to go within and understand what is the most important thing right now to focus on, right? And dedicate your power to that. And then things with the relationship are gonna work out more harmoniously, more naturally, without you putting in a lot of effort. A lot of times we're trying to put so much effort for things to quote unquote work out, but it's not what's needed, and things are gonna work out, just maybe not the way that you intended. That's a different story for a different day, right? But right now you don't need to do anything special for it. And if anything, High Priestess is not about doing, it's about being, right? Being and knowing. Next we'll go to Scorpio. This is your sign. The moon is in your sign, Scorpio. And the Scorpio need to know during this full moon. The moon. Okay. Clarified by Knight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so for you, Scorpio, it's also a very pragmatic and practical approach. It might be quite uncomfortable for you. This is more of Taurus energy, if anything else. Working with someone else, going slowly, right? But there is a lot of value behind it. So it may seem like you're taking small steps, or you will be taking small steps, but it actually does a lot more for your nervous system and for your mental health that you can ever imagine. So whatever is unfolding in your story right now, let it be, and know that during this full moon energy, you're actually able to go deeper within yourself, the dynamics that you've picked up and you've brought into adulthood, and you know, how to alleviate the fear and the pain around that experience. That's the key question at hand, really, right? And then continue being happy with little things and making consistent progress. All right, now we are at Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know during this full moon in Scorpio? What does Sagittarius need to know during this full moon? Alright, we got Two of Cups again. Wow. And more major arcanas. Judgment and Death, both Scorpio cards. Wow, this is huge. So, you know, for Sagittarius, there's definitely a lot that's going to be transformed with this relationship. And it may mean that certain parts of your life, certain activities that you liked, even certain relationship may need to go away. To free up space for this, and also to help you elevate your vibration to the point where you can connect with this person who's meant for you and who's meant for the next leg of your journey of life. Right? You're also getting more information on what matters and what is your mission and purpose. And that will give you a lot of clues of why this person is in your life, why exactly now, and how you're supposed to interact with them. Because soulmate energy could be romantic, could be among friends, business partners, like anything really. And they're not all created for life. Like, you're not necessarily supposed to be together for life, right? Just until the lesson is complete and, you know, is learned. But yeah, just so you know, there will be, like, there is a lot of power and that transformational strength behind this relationship, whether it's on the way or you're already starting to get to know each other. But whatever is falling off or changing dramatically as a result or on the side of it is exactly what's supposed to be happening. And it's important for you to have that faith that that is the case. Okay, we'll go to Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know during this full moon in Scorpio? Almost. All right. Page of Swords. Clarified by Seven of Cups and Death. Again, more Scorpio energy. Yeah, so for you, Capricorn, this energy is about timing. It's about timing of your words and timing of your actions as well. You know, when they say that the offer is not going to be around forever, right? And some kind of situation of urgency is created so that you start taking action on it. And here we definitely see that there is a transformation around the way that you talk and around the way that you see your opportunities. You will be shown why timing matters, why it seemed like quite a few times that opportunity will show up, but then you'll have a lot of hope in it, and then nothing will come out of it, really. Or it will be very simple and limited, right? And one of the reasons why is because the divine timing was not respected there. So you're learning the lesson of divine timing right now, of how you act upon options, you know, what exactly do you do, who you involve, all those kind of things. So this is for you to contemplate on and see how you can improve this. Next, we'll go to Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, for Aquarius, we got 8 of Swords. Please clarify. Okay. They flipped out as reversed, so that's how I'm gonna take them. Queen of Cups and Death. Yeah, so you're not letting something be over, Aquarius. It could be connected with a water sign, and I know you're kind of like a water sign, but you're not, right? But it could be, what is it going to be? Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, who is in your life, right? But more importantly, it's like, it seems like whichever role this person is playing, it seems like it's such a great opportunity. But because you're being not blinded, but kind of, you have this pink glasses on where you see this as something very important. Because of that, you're not letting certain old part of your life die and, you know, get released. And then because of that, because deep down you understand this battle of kind of like, I want to get rid of that past pain, right? But I also want to be able to build this new relationship. And because there's contrast there and not enough clarity on how to make a decision, there is this indecision here with 8 of Swords. Yeah, but really it's important to let bygones be bygones and find closure with past situations, or even with the present situation, but it's time to put it into the past, you know, and move on. That's going to be the main thing for you. And remember that taking small steps is going to be much more beneficial and will make a lot more sense than just standing still and, you know, waiting for Godot, basically. If you know, you know. Okay, next we're going to go to Pisces. I have just 2 signs left. What does Pisces need to know during this full moon in Scorpio? 9 of Cups, clarified by 4 of Swords, and Queen of Cups. I'm going on vacation, Pisces. Oh boy, this is about realizing your own value, how much of a treasure you are, and also the ability to take care of yourself on like the highest level, right? Whether it's just taking a nap or going to bed early or having a quiet weekend to yourself, or maybe something bigger in life. Taking care of yourself like that helps you see who you are, what your desires are, emotions are, and how to proceed further. So it's not anymore about just putting up a good face, you know, making sure it looks good. It's like, no, I really want to know what I want, what I need, you know, what my wishes are. And for that, maybe I need to experiment more and try different things, and then I'll know what I like, right? So this is all good, Pisces. Just remember, everything in moderation. And last but not least, what does Aries need to know for this full moon in Scorpio? Okay, we have Ace of Swords. Okay, yes, we know that that's the energy. 5 of Wands and the Tower. Wow, pretty intense. So the truth might actually come in as a Tower, as something that's too revealing, that's too uncomfortable, especially in the eyes of other people who already built some kind of strategy or just, you know, as assimilated and got used to the environment, to learn the rules and how to play by the rules and all that stuff, right? Like, things are making sense, like just keep them as they are. And then this new clarity comes in and you're like, oof, I'm gonna rock people's world even if I don't necessarily want to, right? And that feeling, uncomfortable feeling, is something to work with, to sit with right now, and to consider how much of an impact this would create. Yeah, okay. So on this note, I'm gonna finish the reading here. Welcome to the new channel. For those who have been following me on Mindful Bamboo and got here now, please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my readings. And of course, like the video, or you can subscribe here as well. And until next time,